Hello again, back with some more Valiant Thor facts. Yesterday I wasn't able to finish off the video because I had something important I had to do, so I made it short as possible. But I was trying to help you guys understand that these two gentlemen here, who's known as Valiant Thor, are not the same guy. So I figured I'd do a side-by-side of the two so you can clearly see that it's not him, okay? You can see the hairline here goes down, straight down, and then it goes that way on the top. As you can see, his is way different, okay? Now, if you try to compare his face with Frank Ernest Stranges' face, you're not going to get a match because this is not Frank. That's what I've been telling you guys. This gentleman right here is Jesse J Womble. This is his head used on Frank Ernest Stranges' body to mask, or rather conceal, the true identity of the man known as Valiant Thor, which is Frank Ernest Stranges, right here. Now, when you try to compare this gentleman to the photograph of Frank, you can see that this is his match right here, this guy. So, it's funny that you guys look at the same two photographs and say Valiant Thor because you're not paying attention. But when you start looking really closely to the hairlines, okay, look at that. You mean to tell me that that's the same man? Clearly that's not the same man. And you guys are all falling for it. And I showed you already a photograph of what Frank looked like as a young man. It's this man right here. But you guys don't believe me though. And as far as Phil Schneider's Valiant Thor, listen, I already told you guys, okay, that just because he's showing a photograph with his father sitting in the back of a gentleman who's sitting alone in the front row, okay, that does not validate the fact that that man in that front row is from the planet Venus. Pay attention, okay? Because, of course, once again, Phil Schneider is basically doing the same thing that Frank is doing as well. You're just saying this and that about the gentleman, but you're not providing any proof, which, of course, he did not. Not only did that, but Mr. Phil Schneider contradicted himself, okay? Because at one point he says that this Val Valiant Thor guy was 6 feet tall. Then on another interview he says he's 8 feet tall. And then he says the gentleman has 6 fingers and 6 toes. You know, as if we care about that. You know, because there are people on Earth that are born like that. It's a rare disease. Not only that, you know, he says the guy walks around in a spacesuit, which, of course, if you examine the photographs, you can clearly see that he doesn't walk around in a spacesuit. He walks around in normal, you know, normal clothing. You know, so I don't know, guys. I mean, it's funny because for you or anyone out there to think that this is my aim at Frank Ernest Stranges, because, of course, that's the aim that you guys are going to say. Well, he's after that old man, Frank Ernest Stranges. He passed away in 2008. Listen, I decided to do this specific story because, of course, I kept hearing people saying that it haven't been proven and it can't be disproven either. Well, guess what? Then that's why I decided 5.5 years ago, okay, to look into the story. And I was like, wait a minute. Let me see what comes up. And, of course, because I didn't understand this social media YouTube stuff, I figured, why not? Let me reveal to the people, now that I have this access, of course, to do so, to show you that Valiant Thor is a hoax. Always been a hoax. Okay? Frank used the method from the people of the 1950s, okay? The George Adamski, the George Van Tassel, the Howard Menger. Come on, guys. That's the same method that they used, okay? They have supposed connection with these extraterrestrials that are not from Earth. So what Frank did was when he created his story, his book, right, of a stranger, you can clearly see that he is referencing himself as a Venusian. Because, like I said, this is Frank right here. Okay? So he's basically passing himself out as an extraterrestrial from the planet of Venus. But you guys don't want to believe it. It's fine. If you want to keep continuing believing that, you know, the story is true, keep believing. Just do exactly what I asked you guys. Look up photo manipulation. As you can see, it's been going on since the 1800s. And you can see that this head right here does not belong to this man right here, because they're not one and the same. Although they're both called Valiant Thor, okay, it's not the same guy. This is Frank over here, and this is J Womble right here. They used his head and put it on Frank's body. So if you guys pay attention to what I'm saying, you will be able to examine yourselves, for yourselves, everything that I've done. And what I'm going to do next is go back to the Phil Schneider story for a minute and let you guys know this. Okay, Phil Schneider said that this gentleman, it appears that he was too obsessed with how the guy's anatomy is. I don't know why. There was no reason for him to, ask the guy about his anatomy, whether he has one giant sized lung and how many hearts he got, or I don't care about that. It just doesn't make sense, okay? And don't be surprised if that photograph is also altered, because, I mean, it's kind of difficult to explain, because if you really look up that USS Eldridge that's being shown, you can see that that room supposedly does not exist. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on, but I did look it up, and that room, although there's supposed scientists and that are confirmed, yes, but the room does not exist. So if you're trying to find the USS Eldridge, that exactly one, you will, but you won't see that room. And of course, people would say, oh, well, years pass, so, they figure they move rooms around. If you want to believe that, go ahead, Again, you're in front of an extraterrestrial, human-looking being, right? Why would you be concerned about their anatomy? That's the least of your concerns. Your concern should be more about their technology, and how, if they do have, of course, because if they live long lives, then that means they have the ability to extend your life. I would like to know how they extend my life. Of course. I would like to live past my hundreds. That would be lovely. But no, you guys want to believe Phil Schneider's story, and that does make no sense. So y'all can believe what you want. I see that you guys, some of you guys, when you give me comments, you're saying that I'm trying to make people accept what I'm saying. Listen, if you don't agree with me, it's fine. You don't have to agree with me, okay? I didn't say that I'm going to be here trying to manipulate people to believing me. You can choose to believe me if you want to believe me. I didn't say you have to believe me, okay? I didn't have to. You don't have to agree with me. All right, I just wanted to make that perfectly clear. But my thing is that I debunked this story, and there's going to be many of yous out there that are in denial, and you're going to say that I am wrong. And of course, I will defend myself in terms of this, because if you're saying I'm wrong, when I put in a lot of work into this story, okay, just to show you guys for free, I'm not charging you anything. You don't see me writing a book about this. You don't see me doing interviews or being on TV. That's not my aim. Why not give you the information for free, right? While you got all these lecturers charging you money, and they're writing books, okay, and doing interviews for money, you don't see me doing it. I'm doing it for free. I'm giving you this information that you deserve for free, because, you're not the only one that was fooled, basically. There's plenty of people out there that are fooled still to this day. They go ahead and buy that Stranger at the Pentagon, a book that costs almost, $400? Are you serious? Come on, guys. It doesn't make no sense, okay? Now, when you hear me talk about Frank Ernest Stranges, I'm not just talking about Frank Ernest Stranges with Valiant Thor. I'm also talking about Phil Schneider's Valiant Thor. He didn't provide any proof at all. And I don't care that he said the dude was on Earth since 1950. What is it? He's been on Earth for 58 years. That does not mean anything to me. Okay? Like I said, all he did was talk about it. He didn't show that the guy showed any demonstrations to him about anything. Okay, so what? He got an IQ of over 1,200. He speaks hundreds of languages. He got 6 fingers and 6 toes. He has a giant-sized lung. Who cares? Again, I don't care about that. I want to know how the technology works. How are we able to extend our lives? Can they show us how to do it? Those are the questions you want to ask them. You don't want to ask them about their anatomy. What for? I don't care about their anatomy. I guess there's something wrong with you guys out there if that's what you want to know about. My concern is if there is an existence out there, which I believe there is, okay, far superior than what we are, then you having contact with these people and then not talking about any demonstrations, then again, I think something's wrong with all of you guys. You know, because this is getting really tiring, how nobody's believing this. Well, for those of you who want to see more about this, you know, if you can just comment if you like. You know, I have a Twitter as well, at Tavo the1. You'll see me there as well. And my topic basically is boxing because I'm a boxing fan. But that's why I decided to just do this whole channel on this Valiant Thor story, because I'd never see anyone cover this like I've covered this, you know. So I figured, like I said, you know, I went with it. Will I change? You know, eventually, because, you know, I just wanted people to get the step by step. How did I get to where I got to show you that this gentleman right here is Frank Ernest Stranges. And this gentleman right here is Womble. Okay? So, hold on one second. I'll show you real quick. It's not that hard, guys, to show you, okay, those photographs. See, I never said that this guy right here, I never said he's Jesse Womble. So if that's what you guys are saying, I didn't say that. I've never said that guy's Jesse Womble. There is speculation that this guy is known, but I can't really mention anything about this yet. But there are some real scientists here, yes. Okay, there was really a speaker there, yes. All right. But as far as this guy having 6 fingers, that is not accurate. It's not accurate. All right. And before I go, I got to show you and see if I can show you that photograph real quick. Here it is right here. Okay. This is the one that Phil Snyder also used, as you guys just saw in my previous video. I know it's hard to see because of the angle, the camera, but you can see it online yourself, okay? This is the same guy right here who's supposed to be Val Valiant Thor. All right? Now, for a gentleman who's 8 feet tall, according to Phil Schneider, he doesn't look 8 feet tall there, because then that means this gentleman is taller than him. And then, if you look right here to his fingers, you can see there is no additional finger here. So he just got 4 in the front like we do. Normal hands. And that's how Phil Snyder's story shatters, because remember, he said the guy has 6 fingers. That's what he said. Clearly, you can't see his toes because in the only 2 photographs, there's one that he got his shoes on, and you can't tell. And then the other one, obviously, you can't see because he doesn't have bare foot on, clearly. He has shoes on, but we can't see that part. All right? So now you guys are getting it. Maybe not, but that's what I'm trying to show you. This whole Valiant Thor story is a hoax. People are running with it, you know, just to keep it alive. Even Julie Stranges herself, you know, that I talked with in May 31st of this year. And again, she's just trying to keep this story alive. So she figures she lies to me by saying she still communicates with this Valiant Thor. But yet, she couldn't provide me any photographic evidence. Because, of course, Val does not allow them to take photographs. I don't know. You guys gonna believe what you want, man, okay? I was just showing you that these hairlines are different, and that's supposed to be one and the same man, Val Thor, right? Look at the hairlines. They're way different. Way different. Okay? They don't match. Neither does the ear. Look at the ear. Look at his ear, and look at his ear. You see, it does not match. Now you get it, guys? When you try to make a match with this guy with Frank Ernest Stranges, you realize that this guy right here matches because it is Frank. This guy over here is Jesse Womble. I know I'm going around in circles because there's a lot of you out there that don't get what I'm saying. I don't know what language I'm speaking if I'm not speaking English, right? Okay. So now the whole point that I was making is that the Valiant Thor, whether it be Valiant Thor, Val Valiant Thor, is a hoax. Started by Frank Ernest Stranges in 1960. So I would like for people to stop arguing the fact that that is the truth. Okay? Phil Schneider did not come out with Valiant Thor before Frank Ernest Stranges. And if you think that I don't know about the Norse god Thor, obviously, which I do, don't get it confused because that's not what I'm talking about. Okay? We all know who Thor is, son of Odin. But that's not what we're talking about here. It's funny because there is a Thor, well, of course, in the TV land, there's a Thor on this program, Stargate. And you got this alien being, they call him Thor. I thought that was amusing. But anyways, I'm going to close here. You guys can choose to like, you can hate, dislike. Send me more of your comments. And, hey, you voice your opinion, I voice mine. We don't have to agree on everything, but I do believe, with the evidence I have, this story is a hoax, okay? I showed you guys plenty. You guys can see from my other videos that I posted when I told you, if you examine the photographs, okay, the group photo, you can see the real conference of Howard Menger's home, and then you see the doctored conference, all right? Where I told you guys about the female with the arms and legs crossed, and then the disappearing kids, and then the appearing kids, and then the car that's there, and then the car is not there, and see, that shows you a lot, guys, okay? That shows you that Augie Roberts, of course, the man who took these photographs, he was the one who, of course, was the magician behind the scenes. And I don't understand that if you guys can't get it, that this man, Augie Roberts, that's August Charles Roberts, he never mentioned anything about no Venusians or Valiant Thor, or that he took pictures of space beings. Now think about it, guys. Now why is that? Okay? If Augie Roberts is the main man of all these photographs, right? You would expect him to do plenty of books about this, do interviews about this, or lectures. But no, you get Frank Ernest Stranges instead. Why is that? Clearly I showed you, because this is him right here. Okay? Simple as that. Simple as that, guys. It can't get any clearer than what it is already. Alright? You guys make it seem like this is some difficult thing when you can clearly see that that is Frank Ernest Stranges right here. This is not some picture that I decided to see a face that matches that man. This is from the archives of the North Central Bible Institute, which of course changed various names.